Hey everyone, it's me, and I'm doing another video because I thought that it was really important for me to get these messages out. Sorry, there's like cat fur everywhere. My cats like to lay across my laptop when I'm at my desk here. But anyways, okay. I apologize for the quality of the video. I can't seem to find my actual camera right now. I'm in the process of getting an actual camera where I can do videos properly, so that will help a lot. But in the meantime, you'll have to kind of, soldier through this very, very amazing high quality video that I'm posting. Anyway, so let's start with what my message today is. My message today is unconditional love for self and what that actually means, because there seems to be a lot of confusion about that everywhere, and I think it's really important that we clarify that for everyone and why it's important to actually achieve that with yourself. Now, I just need to point out a very important distinction between self-love and conditional love for self and narcissism, which are two completely different things, because there is an increase of narcissism, a very, very huge increase of that worldwide, especially in Western society. And the reason for that is actually because of the separation that has been created. And with separation, people are more wounded. There's definitely a more sense of loss that people are feeling internally, and soul damage that is happening. And with that, when we are closing off to our soul, to spirit, and all that stuff, we cling more to our ego. And that happens when we are very wounded, when we're very afraid, when we're very um, angry, or all these negative things. And we can cling on to ego. Obviously, it's going to be different degrees for some people. There's obviously some people that are going to be a full out narcissist who has narcissistic personality disorder, and not to be confused with people who can have narcissistic tendencies, because a lot of people can have narcissistic tendencies and not be actual narcissists, because the word gets thrown away around loosely now, like with everyone. Don't get me wrong, there is a high percentage of narcissists. It used to be 1 in 20 people, I think. But people who are narcissists don't have empathy, true empathy. And what I mean by that is that they don't have the ability to feel that kind of empathetic emotions towards other people and be selfless in terms of how they feel about somebody else or other situations and things like that. And the most important difference with that is that somebody who is narcissistic won't they will do things to serve themselves, even if that means hurting you, even if that means causing you pain, causing you discomfort, and enjoying that in the interim. So we're not talking about that. So what's the difference between unconditional love and someone who's a narcissist? Someone who's a narcissistic loves themselves. Well, that's not true. Yes, that might seem true, especially people who are overtly narcissistic. That means that they're very grandiose and they're like, I'm the best and all this stuff. But the truth is, people who are narcissistic actually do not love themselves. At the deep root of the problem is that they don't love themselves. They have a lot of self-loathing. And that's something really important that people need to understand. On the external, on an ego base, they may seem that they love themselves and that I'm the best, you need to worship me, I don't give a shit about your feelings and all that stuff. But the truth is that underneath all that, you're only looking at the external peak that's visible. You're not looking at the part that's underneath, that's deep within. And what's deep within is it's actually a very dark place. There's a lot of self-loathing and there's a lot of deep wounds. And then people say, well, should we not feel sorry for them? No, because many people have wounds, and I had several wounds, and I didn't hurt other people. So just because you have wounds doesn't mean you have to hurt other people. So there is a difference between how how you will act depending on your wounds. Sorry, this video is all over the place. Okay, so my point is, what's the difference in that and unconditional self-love? Unconditional love towards self is completely different. It's not, I don't want to use the word selfish, because selfish is, I feel like it's kind of gotten a bad rap, because it's not bad to be selfish in terms of like having unconditional love for self. What I mean by that is that's having boundaries in your life and setting a standard for yourself is actually very, very important. And it doesn't make you selfish. It doesn't make you heartless. It doesn't make you cold or detached or any of those things, because your primary goal is to be attached with self and to feel that unconditional love with self. So, what does that mean for you? It means that you're going to love yourself no matter what, that you feel a deep connection and love and protection for your own self, and not basing it on anything external, whether it's the way you look, whether it's how your face is, whether it's how your body looks, whether it's your house that you live in, whether it's what you own, your job, your family, your friends, your relationship. If you're basing any of how, like, the way you feel about yourself on any of those external things, then you do not feel unconditional love, because none of those things will bring you happiness. None of those things will make you feel love within, and they are just external things that do not mean anything towards your soul growth and development. And the sooner people realize that, the better. So, how do you feel unconditional love with self? The only way to do that is to heal your wounds. What does that mean? How do you heal your wounds? Like, just go to the doctor and put a band-aid on there? No. We're not going to make it that easy for you. um, it's a process. And I'm sure there's a lot of content out there about like dark night of the soul, going through spiritual awakenings and all these different things. And whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to identify it as, you can basically, what resonates with you is the most important thing that matters. But essentially what happens is it's a process. It's not going to be overnight. It's not going to happen over a weekend or anything like that. It's basically going to take a long time, probably many years. And you're constantly going to be like shedding layers, like an onion, and you're just going to go deeper with it. And you're basically going like on a journey, on excavation, like internally. And you're going to release wounds, and not just wounds from this life. They're actually wounds from past lives, all karmic energy or situations or ties, everything that you have stored within you, because we hold that blueprint within us, even when we reincarnate to other lives. So when we're going deep within and releasing those wounds, are just learning how to love ourselves, learning about us, learning how to set boundaries, learning, sitting still within yourself and having that time to meditate and be quiet within, and being able to detach from the external and being able to find the joy and happiness within you. Like, all those different things are going to assist you. There's so many videos on YouTube. This is what's great for YouTube that has helped me a lot, on how to heal your childhood wounds. That's a really important one. How to heal your divine feminine and masculine energy, because our soul does not have a gender. We all are comprised of masculine and feminine energy, all of us. So it's important that both of those are healed within us, all those energies. So there's a ton of videos on YouTube that can help you with that. That is not what I'm going to do, because that's not what I do. I do offer energy healing sessions in person. So I do have clients who will come to me, and I offer intuitive guidance and give people the tools to help them heal and to put the reins in their hands so that it can facilitate healing for them so that they can continue to do healing on their own, because it's really important. So unconditional love with self. Um, what is that going to feel like? It's going to feel shit in the beginning. I'm just being honest. And the reason for that is because you're going into unknown territory, and that can be very scary, and it's also very dark. It's not like some beautiful parade of like lights and flowers. But with that being said, doesn't mean that you're not going to achieve those things, because you do. Because the deeper you get within yourself and feel those things, the more you are connected with spirit and soul. And with the triad, you will know, if you know anything about philosophy, then you will know that those feelings that you will begin to feel in terms of joy and love will actually be true emotions that you will feel. And the intensity of them is so great and beautiful and grand. And for those who have experienced it, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Because those are true emotions. The emotions from external things are not true emotions. They're very short-lived. They're very like quick. It's like a drug fix. It's like, this is exciting. Oh my God, I'm so happy and stuff like that. Those aren't true soul emotions. They're just external emotions based on personality, situations, and things like that. So once you start to go deep and it's like dark and horrible, and you're going to feel all these kinds of really awesome, sad things. You'll get there. You'll get there slowly, but surely you will get there. And you need to be able to find a support system for that. Whether you see a therapist. For my situation is that I removed myself from a very toxic relationship with someone who's incredibly toxic, and it caused a lot of damage to me. But I'm very grateful for that, because it allowed me in that destruction to be able to start my own healing process. And I was very, very fortunate, not at first, because it took me a couple tries, to find a therapist who's totally into all this metaphysical stuff. So that really helped me. But if you can't, there's so many support groups on the internet. The internet has some advantages. Obviously, it has the ability to connect people, like-minded people. There's wonderful, brilliant support groups, whether it's on Facebook or whatever social media or whatever forums you like to use. Reach out and try to find those support groups. Watch videos and find people that you connect with. Whatever you think is going to bring you closer to you, the you who you are supposed to be. Just go out there. There's so much information. You can find it. And take the time to do that. Now, the reason people don't want to do that is because it's scary. It's a very scary place. When you do these journeys, you have to do it alone. It's not like you can grab your best friend's hand or your husband's hand or whoever's hand. You can't grab their hand and be like, okay, come. We're going on this journey together. It does not work like that at all. It's a solo mission. You have to venture off the beaten path on your own. And that's very scary. And a lot of people will not do that. They won't do it. They won't even like entertain the idea. It's too much for them. They can't. And it's just not their time. It's not their time. And if you're a person who's going through this emotional journey on your own already, this healing, this wonderful, fantastic growth, whatever it is you want to call it, you might notice that you are further away from some of the people in your life, and these are people that you really love and care about, and you want to help them, but the problem is you can't help them because we're all in our own journey, and until someone can actually see that on their own and be in that moment and that energy, there's nothing that you can do about it. Unfortunately, you have to wait for them to reach that point on their own, that realization, that moment when they get it and it clicks, and it's their time to do the journey. And maybe it'll be in small little increments for them, or maybe it'll be all at once. You never know. Everyone's journey is different. But what's important is your journey. So we, as people, need to not focus about the people around us and what their journey is and what they're doing and healing them, because that's not important. That has nothing to do with us. What's important is healing us. And I'll tell you why. Because we're all connected. There's one consciousness. Everyone is connected. So in healing yourself, what you're actually doing is you're actually sending out that vibration, and you're helping to heal others. You're helping to heal others and lead the way for others, and send out that frequency, that love vibration. So the more you heal yourself, the more you're actually helping people. This is the important thing you need to realize. People think it's being selfish and all this stuff. And I'm not saying like hurt other people. Don't. You're still going to be coming from a very kind and compassionate place and full of love and all those things, all those wonderful things. But you're also going to be strong. You're going to be strong, and you're going to have firm boundaries for yourself. And you're not going to take crap from people. You're going to allow people to use you, to take advantage of you, and all those things that you may have done in the past. Because through your soul growth, the more you love yourself, the more you will see your value, the more you will see your worth, the more you will recognize your own power and strength within you. And those are things that, as a capitalist society, they don't really want people to know their own, to recognize their own strength and power, which is great. We all have immense like powers and all this like all these wonderful capabilities. We all do. It's just not ignited, and they're dormant. And so you have to do that on your own. You go through the process and do all the healing, and through your own healing, you actually facilitate healing for others. And so you need to start feeling unconditional love for yourself. So how do you do that? Again, let's recap. You have to heal your old wounds. Watch YouTube videos. Go see a therapist if you have to, one that deals with metaphysical stuff. See somebody if you're very religious. I'm not a fan of religious institutions because I believe most religions are a form of control, but spirituality is super important. So if that resonates with you and you feel a really strong connection, then you do what you need to do, what's right for you, and basically just, you know, as long as no one's harming anyone, then that's the only thing that matters. And you take care of yourself, you do your healing, you do your self-work, and find your support network, whether it's online, whether it's a pet, whether it's those nice trees you're going for a walk in the forest with and feel really connected with nature, whatever it is that you connect with, get your support group, your support network. And obviously you have your team. Your team is your guides. Your guides are always with you. Don't forget that. If you don't know what I mean by guides, your guides is your team of spirit, your spirit guides. Who are always with you. That list is comprised of your higher self also. So your higher self is going to be there. It could be passed on relatives or friends. It could be ascended masters. It could be guardian angels, archangels, and things like that. Basically, spirit guides is your team, and they're always with you. So you can always use them, talk to them, connect with them, connect with other people online. If you have social groups that you can meet up with, I have a couple friends that I met through a social group where I live, and we're a light worker group. We do a lot of healing and meditations for humanity and the planet. We meet up regularly, and I was very fortunate to meet these beautiful souls. So go online. There's a website called meetup.com and see if there's any like those types of groups, like spiritual light worker, healing groups, whatever you need. Go look and join like groups and things like that, and go out there and connect with people and do the work. Do the work you need to heal yourself. And I just want you to know that that's going to be a very like lonely and sad path sometimes. I don't want to say lonely in the terms of like that you feel lonely, because the more you actually love yourself and the more you connect with yourself, the less lonely you will feel. It'll be alone in terms of there's not going to be anyone else on that journey with you because it's very solitary. But you actually, the loneliness people feel is actually because of the disconnect with self. The more disconnected we are with self, the more lonely we feel. And because of that loneliness, that's what allows us to stay in friendships and relationships and situations that do not that don't help us out, situations that are not serving us in any way, situations that are toxic, situations that deplete us, or their energy just brings us lower to a lower vibration and frequency and things like that. And it's that loneliness that will do that to us. And that loneliness is there because of that disconnect within us. So the more connected you are with self, the more you feel that unconditional love with self, the less lonely you feel. So I just wanted to make that clear, because when I say that it's a lonely journey, I don't mean like the loneliness that you feel. I mean, it's alone, like physically. You're alone. There's nobody taking this journey with you. But you are not, you'll feel less lonely the more you go along, because the more you will be connected with self and love everything, love life, love the beauty of everything around you, and love just things. And you once you start vibrating at that love frequency, the things that are vibrating at love frequency will either be drawn into your life, or you will notice them around you more, and then you will feel those joys a lot more, and they'll be very deep, passionate, and wonderful. And it's good. It's very good. It's a good thing. And it's worth it. It's worth it to do the journey. And don't beat yourself up if it's not happening the way you want it. It's not like a journey that just goes up like that. It's like like all over the friggin' place. And sometimes you'll take pit stops and like just kind of chill out there in the spot for a while, and then maybe you'll regain the momentum at another point, and that's okay. Just be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself and put yourself first in situations. And I always use the analogy of like when you're on the plane and there's like turbulence or something on an airplane, and they always say to put your mask first before you help someone else. Well, healing works in the same manner. You cannot help others if you're not helping yourself, and you have to help yourself. You have to. We're so good at fixing external problems, like, oh, my arm hurts or something, I got a headache, let me pop a pill or something. But nobody's doing anything about our soul pain. And everybody's having so much soul pain right now. Like, there's so many wounds everywhere, and all these wounded people are creating a wounded state, which explains the state of everything right now. I mean, why is there so much chaos and hatred and fear and anxiety, like just flooding the planet everywhere? And so the only way to stop that from happening is to heal ourselves and go inward. And I know I keep reiterating the same message, but it's a really important message. So how do we change the external? We change ourselves. And I'm that's a I think I'm probably going to say it wrong, but that's one of my favorite Rumi quotes. And it says, yesterday I was, I don't remember, I'm going to butcher it. It said, yesterday I was smart, I wanted to change the world or something, and then today I'm wise, I'm going to change myself. So I'm 100% positive I got the quote wrong, but you get the idea. So you think that you want to, you want to change the world. I'm passionate. So if you want to change the world, you have to start with changing yourself. The key to changing the world is changing yourself. Heal yourself. You want to like heal the crap out of yourself and love yourself and connect with self and love self and feel unconditional love with self. That is your only important mission that you need to accomplish right now in life, on this planet, in this lifetime. Your mission, the only thing you need to complete, is to have unconditional love with self. You need to heal those wounds, heal all of them. Just let them go, release them, let them release. Let them go and feel that unconditional love with self and connect. You need to connect with yourself. That is literally the only thing you need to do. And it's the most important thing you need to do. Nothing else is as important as that. I promise you. It's the only thing you need to do. The only thing. I promise you. Anyways, if you have any questions about anything, I probably skipped a few things that I wanted to talk about, but it's okay. I'll be making more videos regularly now because I've been prompted to make my videos, and that is very important and urgent right now. So yeah, so I will continue on with the videos, and hopefully I'll find my camera or buy a new one, but a better one soon. But anyways, I just wanted to say I wish you guys so much luck on your journey, and please don't hesitate to if you want to share your experiences in the comments, please don't hesitate to do that. And if you have any questions, or if you want like tips, or if you have a suggestion for content that you want to see, or you have questions on, or you want explanations on, just write it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer and explain all those things to you. In the meantime, go and be the best that you can be, and just take a break and um, do the inner work. Do the inner work that needs to be done. You will not be disappointed. I promise you, it is the most fulfilling thing that you will ever feel in your life. Okay? Have a wonderful and beautiful day. I love you all so much. Bye. Where's the button? See you later.